So
I
this
was
is the Eastern
recently
Indigo
at Tyler
snake.
Nolan's house. I could have asked to handle his king cobra. I did handle his monocled cobra, but I didn't even ask to handle that king cobra. Why? Because king cobras are very dangerous.
Yes,
Even
they
though
are.
monocled cobras have
at
a
the-
more toxic...
Look how beautiful! Do you see how beautiful? All snakes are beautiful, but look at the Eastern Indigo. So cute.
venom, it was so much easier to handle than a king cobra. King cobras are truly unreasonable snakes. But I don't think being unreasonable is what makes king cobras so cool. I think it's their impressive size, their obvious intelligence, the way that they look, and the power that a snake built to overpower and eat other snakes possesses.
That's
They're
right.
amazing. Well, as it turns
Clint's
out, North
reptiles, by the way.
America has a snake that fills that exact same ecological niche.
You mean the ecological niche where I'm of moderate size, large size, my intelligence, my good looks, everything? There's a snake like that? Really? I would love to know. I would love to know. Tell me.
This is the Eastern Indigo snake. It is the longest snake in North America.
That is
It is an active, intelligent hunter of other snakes that, like a king cobra, is built to overpower other snakes. This snake feeds upon the largest venomous snakes in North America, the Eastern diamondback rattlesnake, and basically everything else that it could possibly swallow.
That's right.
This is our king cobra, and it certainly isn't
Cobra.
lacking in the beauty department. This is one of the most beautiful snakes I've ever seen in my entire life. And for people that know snakes, this is one of the most desirable snakes in the world. And
That's right.
it's a heck of a lot more reasonable than their Asian equivalent. But the question is still, is the Eastern Indigo a good pet snake? And is it the best pet snake for you?
Yeah.
To help you figure this out, we're going, woo, you
Yeah.
powerful beast you. We're gonna score the Eastern Indigo snake based on our 5 categories, which are
Okay.
handleability, care, hardiness, availability, and upfront costs. You monster, you. When it comes
love
to
being called a
handleability,
monster.
we give the Eastern Indigo a score of 3 out of 5. Everything about
Okay,
handling
that's
this
not so
snake
bad.
is
That's not so
amazing,
bad.
except for one
Yeah?
thing. I don't normally bring a change of clothes with me when we film. I did today. When I handled Lilith, Kevin told me to wrap my hands around her urogenital opening so she wouldn't spray me with poop. At the time, that was the least of my concerns. Today, it is the most of my concerns. Like their unreasonable
Okay,
Asian
we can move
counterparts,
on.
the Eastern Indigo
We can
snake
move
can
on.
literally drench you with
We're-
feces.
Okay,
This
we're
Eastern
good, we're
Indigo, which
good,
belongs to my
we're
good friend
good.
Richard Bilbo, was the
Okay,
first
okay.
Indigo that I ever held. And this was a few years ago at the Wasatch
This took a
Reptile
turn.
Expo.
Wait. No.
Right when I gave him back to Richard,
No.
I saw one of the hoses from Willy Wonka's chocolate waterfall burst.
Stop!
Help. Police. Murder.
Bro,
These snakes love to eat. They have fast metabolisms,
This is
so they need to
slander.
eat frequently
This is
for a
slander.
snake.
This isn't a thing.
And
This
you
isn't a
never
thing.
know
No.
exactly when
Don't-
your
don't-
room
don't worry
is
about
going
that.
to turn
No,
into the fudge room.
No.
The suspense
For
is terrible.
what?
I hope it lasts.
No.
Not only is
No.
their poop muchy, but
No.
it is aromatic.
No. This is horrible. No. No. What happened? Bilbo, Clint, I thought we were talking about the... We were just talking about the fucking... What happened to, oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, you're this. Oh, you know, powerful, intelligent, and then you did this? I don't believe a single word this man says. I don't believe a single word this man says. I don't have IBS. I don't have IBS. I don't. What do you mean? No. It's not true. Listen, he's obviously got it out of his system. He's good. We can just move on, right? This never happened. We're good.
So when it happens, like even if you haven't looked at the crime scene yet, you'll know it's there. This isn't worse than what you might get with a king cobra, but you're probably less likely to have your king cobra casually draped over your neck when the waterworks begin. Oompa loompa poopity poo. Indigo snakes can spray it on you. Oompa loompa fecal spray flood. Went in a rat but came out as mud. Other than that, they are basically as easy to handle as any other colubrid snake, except for the fact that they're very large. They've also got a very powerful feeding response. The bite...
I hated all of that. I hated all of that. Don't clap, stop. You know what happened. I just got slandered. I deny. I deny. That's not how that is. That's not how that is.
Is really bad for a non-venomous colubrid because it's a giant colubrid with strong jaws for a snake.
Use what? Use you as what? Stop.
But it is a non-venomous snake, and snakes generally have weak jaws. Not this one, but I mean, it could be a lot worse. Handling them, though, is an activity. Let's put it that way.
Such a beautiful
when it comes
song
to
for a
care,
wonderful snake.
we give the Eastern Indigo a score of 3 out of 5.
Wait, no,
It's mostly fairly easy. They generally don't need heat, which is major. Like, they do pretty well at room temperature. High temps actually can be a big problem for them. It's actually part of the reason that they are endangered in the wild is because they don't do very well at high.
I'm endangered now. No.
temperatures, and so they go to ground. And when people would destroy like tortoise burrows, we lost a lot of these snakes as well. The big issue with them is that they eat and poop very frequently, like weekly for adults and more often for juveniles. That's also wonderful. They eat a wide variety of whole prey. Basically, they will eat any animal that they can swallow or that can be cut up by you and then swallowed. It is worth mentioning, though, that their jaws are considerably less kinetic than are the jaws of most snakes. We actually did a video a while back on how snakes eat their food. These guys are not particularly great at that, though they can throw down food in a hurry. In the wild, these guys are eating snakes and other relatively small prey.
True.
And the thing about snakes is snakes could be very long, but they're very easy to swallow when you're a snake.
Okay, now that part I'll agree with. Everything else has been slanderous. This is slandiferous, is what this is.
Snake. There's nothing better than a snake to eat when you're a snake. The shape is just right.
Yes.
Because most snakes have very flexible jaws, they generally have very weak jaw pressure.
I like to eat things that are shaped like snakes.
It's
like
not a constrictor. It's not venomous. It simply overpowers other animals, especially snakes. And it does a lot of that with strong jaws. And so those jaws, not all that flexible. And you need to keep an eye out for that feeding response, because though this snake is absolutely delightful, when it doesn't think it's being fed, I mean, it's a cruise missile when it thinks it is being fed. These guys, I mean, they're enormous colubrid snakes, and so they need a pretty big enclosure. I'm not talking like tegu big, but really big for a colubrid snake. And that enclosure needs to be escape-proof.
A steak?
Just like we were talking about with a king cobra. This is like containing a king cobra. I mean, it's a snake that's not as big as a king cobra, but it's a dang big hose, essentially, that's smart. And, you know, anything it can fit that head through, it can fit through. And they're strong, and so it can force its way through gaps.
They're a host because of their shape.
This is a powerful snake, a little bit difficult to contain. Of course, if it does escape, the consequences are nowhere near as extreme as they would be if your king cobra gets away. Oh, by the way, use a substrate that is absorbent and inexpensive, because they're going to make a mess of it all the time. Like with human children. Poop everywhere.
Fucking stop! There is so many better things to talk about. Talk about how we brutalize our prey. Can we talk about brutalizing our prey, please? Anything?
Deny it all
Actually,
you want,
anything,
but we'll
please?
still love you as our sweet, stinky snack mommy.
No! There is no stinky snake! There is none! This is it. This is it. That's it. Finito. We're over. This is it. I am now an Eastern Indigo Cobra. That's right. Yes. I am an Eastern Indigo Cobra. Yes. They are real. Bitch, I'm not real. Wait, no. I'm real. Wait, no. I can't be an adder because I'm bad at math. I can't be an adder because I'm bad at math. Do you understand? Shit. I'm processing. Bro, Clint, Bilbo, you know, your entire crew. Find something else to talk about, please. Bro, I'm at my limit.
They don't need a giant water bowl, but they do need access to water.
That's right.
Honestly, if
Stay
it weren't for the
hydrated,
poop,
right?
we're talking like a 4
Okay.
or a 5. But the poop is one of the biggest reasons that I don't have one. I mean, not
This video's so shitty. This video's so fucking shitty. Literally shit-talking me. How could you?
not only do they poop often, but
Oh my
it's
God.
always mud, and they spray.
Can you stop? I hate this. They are such a beautiful creature. They are such a beautiful creature. Obviously, this is anecdotal. Because if you go in the Wikipedia, they don't talk about that. They don't talk about that stuff. There's nothing. No more snake anymore. No more snake. Snake time's over. No. Oh, what are we doing, guys? We're watching a video about snakes? Bro, meow. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. So what's this? An Eastern Indigo snake? Let's see what's going on.
Spray it everywhere. So it's a fun little project every week.
Okay.
As you might notice, I have dreams. This snake is a dream. And
I
I
agree.
wanted to say a special
very
thank
pretty.
you to our patrons at Patreon who are
I'd imagine anybody who has like an Eastern Indigo snake like character is very hygienic and very sweet and very powerful and intelligent and has a big dick.
making our dreams not seem quite so far away. Thank you guys so much for all that you do. And I just want to invite you all to go check out our Patreon page because we have a lot of really cool features as our little way of saying thank you for all that you do for us. When it comes to hardiness, give the Eastern Indigo a score of 4
Always
out of 5.
hard.
Really,
Always
barring
hard.
exposure to
Bricked
extreme
up.
heat, these snakes should do really well. They should do really well for you in captivity, especially because they're all captive bred. When it comes to availability, we give the Eastern Indigo a score of 2 out of 5, and I'm being a little generous there. The issue with these snakes is they're endangered. And so you need permits to transport them across state lines. You don't always need a permit.
I don't see what the big deal is. I don't see what the big deal is. Why are you guys talking about that stuff? Why are you guys talking about sophomoric stuff, huh? Listen, I'm not a scout. I am a snecko. There's a difference. You understand?
To keep them if you get them from somebody in your state, but some states do require it.
Wait,
They're
very
endangered
rare
in the wild, so
noodles.
most
They're very, very rare. Okay? The very, very rare snakes.
of the states where they're native, you're going to need permits, and a lot of other states as well. So you're going to need to check your local regulations because there's just a lot of hoops you might need to jump through for an Eastern Indigo. Actually, if you don't like all those hoops, the Texas Indigo, which is indistinguishable to most people, might be a better way to go. Even with all these hoops, though, these snakes are super in demand. You're not going to see them in pet stores unless you have like an awesome pet store. They're very rarely at expos. What you're going to need to do is find a breeder. And it's going to be much easier if that breeder is in your state because then you won't need to ship it across state lines.
Ayo, I'm looking for a breeder. What's up? Not because I'm a snake, but you know, any snecko breeders in the chat? Look how nice those scales are though, for real. They be looking good. I bought a snake tail. I'm wearing it. No reason, but look at the scales on this. Doesn't that look good? Don't that look good? Don't that look beautiful? Doesn't that look nice? Yeah.
But find a breeder. Find.
Yeah. Thank you. I bought it myself. Yes. Despite the fact I am a cat. I'm a cat.
Find a breeder. There are people that work with these snakes, and what a blessed life they live. Because What a thing this is. This is
thing?
Oh my gosh, I just adore this snake. It's magical. When it comes to upfront costs, we give the Eastern Indigo a score of 2 out of 5. This, in addition to the poop, is the biggest reason that I don't have one of these. The snake itself is going to be over $1,000.
I'd imagine.
The other costs are really not too bad. The enclosure's not going to be too expensive for something this big.
It's a good thing I don't
They're
really
gonna-
have to worry about this stuff because I'm a snecko. It's different. This guy's definitely weird. This guy is definitely weird. You know, he's you
Need a
know.
water bowl, buckets of absorbent substrate, no heat source, no thermostat.
You don't need heat because I'm spitting bars, right?
I mean, generally speaking, it's about as simple as an enclosure could be. It's just that
Make
snake.
chat
It's very
forget.
expensive.
I can
And these are the reasons why overall we give the Eastern Indigo snake, the absolute legend of the colubrid world, a score of
Colubrid?
2.8 out of 5. This is a dream snake, except for the poop. If the day comes that I can afford one, I will need to look deep inside of my soul and ask, is it worth the waterworks?
Oh my. You know, I'm not a snake or anything, but I can imagine. Just how frustrating it'd be to have to listen to this guy rant and rave and shit talk you. Wow, Clint, you don't have to work low. Listen. Well, good thing I don't need to worry about that, right? I don't need to worry about that ever. Right? Because I'm a cat? Would a snake have paws? No. No. See? I'm a cat, so it's different. Yeah? It's different. It's different. What can I say?
Hey degenerates, Liv here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, don't forget to like and subscribe.